What if the future of the British monarchy depends not on becoming the next Princess Diana, but on refusing to be compared to her at all? For decades, Princess Diana has remained one of the most beloved figures in modern history. Her legacy is so powerful that every woman who enters the royal spotlight faces the same impossible question. Can she live up to Diana? But Catherine, Princess of Wales, may have succeeded by doing something completely different. Instead of trying to replace Diana, she's quietly created a royal role all her own. And that could change the monarchy forever. When King Charles III officially named William and Catherine the new Prince and Princess of Wales, it marked far more than a change of title. It was the beginning of a new chapter in royal history. For years, the world has compared Catherine to Princess Diana. Both married future kings. Both captured global attention. Both became style icons, and both carried the weight of one of the most famous titles in the world. But beneath those similarities lies a very different story. Today, we're exploring how Catherine became Princess of Wales, why her path is dramatically different from Diana's, and how she may be helping shape the future of the monarchy in ways few people expected. Let's get into it. The Wef Esh Ofa legend. The title Princess of Wales carries enormous history. For millions of people around the world, the title immediately brings one person to mind: Princess Diana. Even decades after her death, Diana remains a global icon. Her compassion, vulnerability, humanitarian work, and tragic story transformed her into one of the most recognizable women in history. So when Catherine Middleton inherited the title after King Charles III became monarch, comparisons were inevitable. But royal observers quickly noticed something important. Catherine wasn't trying to become the next Diana. She wasn't copying her personality. She wasn't recreating her public image. And she wasn't attempting to fill shoes that many believe can never truly be filled. Instead, Catherine focused on becoming something else entirely: herself. That decision would become one of her greatest strengths. Very different beginnings. One of the biggest differences between Diana and Catherine is where they came from. Diana Spencer was born into aristocracy. She grew up surrounded by nobility and historic estates. Yet despite her privileged background, her childhood was marked by family turmoil and emotional struggles. Her parents' divorce deeply affected her, and many who knew her described a young woman who carried significant insecurities beneath her public image. Catherine's story couldn't be more different. Born Catherine Middleton, she grew up in a stable and supportive family. Her parents built a successful business from the ground up, creating opportunities for their children through hard work and determination. Friends and former classmates often describe Catherine as disciplined, popular, and grounded. Where Diana entered royal life carrying emotional wounds from childhood, Catherine entered it with a strong family foundation behind her. And that difference would prove crucial. A love story built on friendship. Perhaps the greatest contrast between the two women can be found in their relationships. Diana met Prince Charles as a teenager. Their courtship moved quickly, and before long she found herself engaged to the future king. But many royal experts have argued that the couple barely knew one another before marriage. The result was a relationship that struggled almost from the beginning. William and Catherine followed a completely different path. They met as students at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. At first, they were simply friends. They studied together. They spent time in the same social circles. They learned who each other really were before romance entered the picture. That friendship eventually became the foundation of their relationship. Even when they briefly separated in 2007, they later reunited with a stronger understanding of one another. By the time William proposed in Kenya in 2010, they had spent nearly a decade building their relationship. Unlike many royal romances of the past, theirs had grown naturally, and that long courtship may have prepared them for the pressures that came afterward. The ring that connected TWO eras. When William proposed, one detail instantly captured global attention: the ring. The sapphire engagement ring that once belonged to Princess Diana. The moment Catherine wore that ring, the connection between the two princesses of Wales became impossible to ignore. But for William, the gesture wasn't about creating comparisons. It was personal. He later explained that he wanted his mother to be part of the occasion. The ring symbolized Diana's place within the family and within William's life. It was a tribute, not a replacement, and it sent a powerful message. The future could honor the past without trying to recreate it. Learning from history. The royal family learned difficult lessons from Diana's experience. Many observers believe Catherine benefited from those lessons. Unlike Diana, Catherine wasn't rushed into royal life. She received years to prepare. She was given time to adjust. And perhaps most importantly, she never had to abandon her own family. The Middleton family remained a central part of her life. They provided emotional support, stability, and normality. That support network became one of Catherine's greatest advantages. William understood firsthand the consequences of growing up in a fractured royal environment. As a result, he worked hard to build something different with Catherine, a marriage based on partnership, a family centered on stability, and a royal future shaped by lessons from the past. From fashion icon to future queen. Like Diana before her, Catherine became a global style icon. Everything she wears attracts attention. Designers celebrate her influence. Affordable brands often sell out within hours after she appears wearing their clothing. But Catherine's approach to fashion reflects her broader public image. She balances glamour with accessibility. One day, she may appear in an elegant designer gown. The next, she may wear a high-street outfit that many people can actually afford. That balance has become part of her appeal. Yet fashion alone isn't what defines her role. Over the years, Catherine has carefully built a portfolio of causes she genuinely cares about. Children's welfare, mental health, early childhood development, addiction awareness, arts and education. Rather than pursuing dozens of projects, she has focused on a smaller number of causes where she can create long-term impact. That deliberate approach has helped establish her identity beyond royal fashion headlines. Deanna's, Legacycatherine's page. There is one area where Diana's influence remains impossible to ignore: charity work. Diana changed public perceptions around issues such as AIDS, leprosy, homelessness, and landmine victims. She connected with people in ways few public figures ever have. Her humanitarian legacy remains extraordinary. Catherine's approach is different, less dramatic, less headline-driven, more gradual and strategic. Rather than seeking the spotlight, she often focuses on long-term initiatives and awareness campaigns. The styles differ, the personalities differ, but both women have used their positions to draw attention to important causes. And perhaps that's where the strongest connection exists. Not in how they dress, not in how they speak, but in how they use influence to help others. The future of the monarchy. When Queen Elizabeth II passed away, everything changed. William became heir to the throne. Catherine became Princess of Wales. And for the first time, people began looking at them not merely as senior royals, but as a future king and queen. The challenges ahead are significant. The monarchy faces growing scrutiny. Public expectations continue to evolve, and younger generations often question traditional institutions. Yet William and Catherine represent something the monarchy desperately needs: continuity combined with change, tradition balanced with modernity, duty supported by genuine partnership. Rather than trying to recreate the past, they appear focused on building a future that works for their generation. And Catherine stands at the center of that vision. Princess Diana changed the monarchy forever. But Catherine, Princess of Wales, may be proving that the best way to honor that legacy isn't by repeating it. It's by creating a new one. From university student to future queen, Catherine has followed a path unlike any Princess of Wales before her. And her story is still being written. What do you think? Will Catherine eventually become as influential as Princess Diana, or should the two women never be compared at all? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into royal history and the future of the monarchy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next royal documentary.